Okay, I was on a book for a second there, and I was kind of wondering why I was on a book cover. Anyways, hi, Mia here, and it's day 104, and I feel really terrific. I feel great. Today I've had a green juice and an orange carrot. Rob made me one. Wasn't that nice of him? Today I'm going to talk to you about something that might make a lot of you really uncomfortable. Pooping. Bowel movements. During juice fasting, a lot of people have been asking me about bowel movements. Hey, I haven't been going and I've been fasting for 18 days and I haven't been having a bowel movement. What can I do? Well, where does that bowel movement come from? Solid food that you put in your mouth. Are you eating solid food? No, you are not. So, how much waste is there really going to be? Probably not a lot. And so, solid food in, solid waste out. Liquid in, liquid waste out. Or pee. So, if you don't eat any solid food and you just drink juice, you're probably going to mostly pee. Now, some people that juice fast say, hey, I have bowel movements still fairly regularly. There's probably not very much, and it's probably because your juicer has a lot of pulp. Because otherwise, where is it going to come from? Thin air? Is poop just going to materialize in your intestines and just come out? No, I don't think so. However, if you feel that there's pulp in your juice and you feel like you're full in your intestines and you're sluggish and you feel achy and you just feel like there's maybe something in there and it's not coming out, just do an enema. And that's really what I'm here to talk to you about today is enemas. Come on, say it with me now, kids. Enema. Say it. Say it. Alrighty then. You don't want to use the little disposable kind in a little box with the little bottle that's you throw away afterwards. You don't want to use that. That's just not enough. Get yourself a big, huge bag like this. It's the big, huge red bag that looks like a water bottle. The first thing you want to remember is lubricate. You can use whatever kinds of lubricant you choose to use. That's entirely up to you, okay? But you definitely want to put something there because it's a lot easier to slide in the enema tip. Before you actually insert it, you should have a little click thing that's on the hose that keeps the water from coming out. You want to put that over the toilet, release it, and let all the air come out of the hose so that there's water starting to come out, and then clip it again. Okay? Then you want to insert the enema. And then after that, go ahead and let go of the water and let it start flowing. You want to make sure that the water is body temperature. You don't want it too hot. I don't even know what that would feel like, okay? I hate to even think what too hot water would do to your insides. So please be careful when you're filling your enema bottle and make sure the water is at a good temperature. At first I could only do a third of a bag, and then I could do half of a bag. There's no way I can still do a full bag, okay? Some people like to do it while they're sitting on the toilet. Some people do it in the shower, which I don't really like because if something does come out, I don't want that to go into my shower and into my drain. That's probably not so good. So there is a guy on the internet that shows him doing an enema. It doesn't show like the graphic parts of it, but it shows, how to do it and stuff. And I think, I don't know, I just didn't think it was so good. I didn't want to see a guy showing me how to do an enema. So here I am. I'm not going to show you, but I'm going to tell you about it. And maybe it's a little more comfortable if your girlfriend's telling you instead of some guy on the internet. So he actually suggested that you'd lay down a couple of towels on the bathroom floor and lay down and do the enema. Now the enema bag has a plastic hook on it, and you can hang that on your towel rack. You want to hang it higher than yourself so that the gravity feeds the water into your system. I have a hook on my mirror, which is where I put mine. I don't know, you'll have to find a good spot for yours, but that makes it the right height for me. And the reason I don't lay on the floor with towels is because honestly, sometimes when you pull the enema tip out, some comes out because you've put too much in there. And I'm sorry I'm being graphic, but we've got to talk about this. Someone's got to talk to you about it that's experienced it. And some of you doing your first enemas, you get a little bit afraid or nervous and you don't know what to expect. Well, here's what to expect. You know, it's not neat and tidy. It's a little bit messy, but you can handle it. You can do it. You can. Sometimes, when you pull the enema tip out, you're going to have a little bit of liquid come out because you can't hold it all or whatever. And honestly, I don't want to get up after putting all of that water in there. I don't want to get up and accidentally go whoosh before I get to the toilet, okay? So that's why I don't want to lay on the floor. So I just sit on the toilet, and I find that that does a perfectly good job. So after doing half of the bag, I massage my stomach back and forth like this, back and forth. And then sometimes I'll stand up a little bit and I'll jump up and down and I'll do the twist and, just kind of mix things up in there a little bit. You try to hold it as long as you can. I only hold it a couple of minutes. And then sit down in the toilet and whoosh. Okay, get rid of it. So then after that, you want to do the other half of the bag. And some people might find that they're, comfortable with just doing one bag. But if you can, do two bags, because what you want to do is you want to keep going until the liquid comes out clear. And a lot of times if you're juice fasting and it's been a while, say you're 18, 20 days in, and maybe you've had a couple of really small bowel movements or nothing at all, then when you do an enema, sometimes you'll get a few just blockages that'll come out, and then after that, if you keep going with a second bag, usually you get some kind of fluorescent orange or yellow, which I think is just bile or whatever. And it's really good to get out of there. And I'll tell you what, afterwards you will feel energetic. You will feel all this clarity. Suddenly you'll have this clarity of mind and you feel really good. And, you just feel young. You feel really good. And so I think it's a good idea to do two bags if you can. Three, I have never got to three, but maybe I'll do that soon in the future and I'll let you know how that goes. Sometimes it's just not necessary when you're juice fasting. I think if you weren't juice fasting and your body was full of stuff, then yeah, 3 bags might be necessary. But while you're juice fasting, there isn't a whole lot in there. So don't be surprised if you get up and you get dressed and you're on your way through your day and, 20 to 30 minutes later, you're like, uh-oh. Then you want to go and get the rest of that out, because sometimes some of it will get, further up or, in areas where it takes a while for it to all come out. That is my tips for enemas, and that is what you do. You definitely want an enema bag, and you can get those at the store. It's a kit. It has a red rubber bag. It has a tube that you connect to it, and then it has the tip that goes in. So don't forget to clean your enema bag afterwards. I know that you won't, because, the tip is a little bit messy, yes, and it is a little bit gross, but just make sure to clean it really well and put it all back in the box after you get it drained, and hang your bag up on your towel rack and conceal it carefully with your towel so that nobody sees it. I don't know. I think it's embarrassing, But I think enemas are a very useful tool during this time. I don't think a colonic is necessary. Come on, a colonic is like super severe. And that's great if that's what you like and if that's what you think it takes. But I don't think coffee is necessary. Coffee up your butt. Like, where does coffee belong there? Sometimes you'll get a flu or a cold and you'll get diarrhea, or you'll eat something bad and there'll be a lot of water that you drink that goes through your system. So that's completely natural, I think. But, coffee up your butt? I don't really think so, okay? You know what happens when you do a wine enema, right? You get super drunk. What do you think happens when you do a coffee enema? I don't know. I've never tried it, okay? So I don't really want to knock it too much, but I'm not interested in doing that. And I'm not interested in colonics either. I think I'm doing just fine with the enema. It cleans it out just nicely. So, yes, detox, detox, and detox some more. Let me tell you, I am on my third juice fast, and instead of 30 days this time, it's 104 so far, and maybe going for a whole year if possible or needed. And I know I can do it. I know I can do it if I want to. I really don't have anything to prove. I'm just trying to heal myself, and if it takes a year, by golly, I will go a year. One thing I have learned from doing all these juice fasts so long is that there's so much detoxing to do. I had a lot more than a lot of people because I had back surgery. I did a lot of pain pills and muscle relaxers for a long time. Um, as I was trying to get better, I got sicker. I got a tooth infection that was there for a long time that I didn't know I had. That was an abscess that was poisoning me. I was sedentary on top of that, so I wasn't moving around doing anything. And I got really sick and really toxic. And plus, to top it off, I retain water like crazy. And I have a kidney that's atrophied that's probably not working so well. So, I was very toxic, and I still am detoxing to this day, and I'm starting to feel really terrific. And if you don't think someone can live off juice for a long time and be healthy and have good vitamin levels, think again, because look at me. I am feeling great. I am feeling fantastic. And I just feel like I could live off juice for the rest of my life. Of course, I do take supplements. I take B12, and I also take every other day or so, I put a couple tablespoons of flaxseed for the omega-3s in my juice. So I think that's a really good idea. Anyways, I won't bore you anymore with my enema talk, baby. We'll see you later, and I hope this was helpful to you about enemas. For those of you who haven't tried it, come to my page on Facebook. It's Juicing for the Win, and if you have any questions or need support at all about any juicing-related issues, I will be here to help you. I am glad to be able to offer assistance to you. It's changed my life, and remember, I'm doing it, and you can too. Poop, poop, we do. Poop, poop.